and welcome to episode 2 of the behind the scenes mini series where I am going to show you how to make excellent, Minecraft videos or whatever kind of videos for your YouTube channel. In this episode we are going to be talking about various recording softwares that you can use to get the footage, which is essentially the most important thing you're going to need to have a video is the footage. So we are going to start off with Fraps. Now, Fraps has been around for as long as I can remember. I've had a license for this for at least 10 years, and I mean, they've never failed me. When I tried to install it after getting a new computer once, I couldn't find my license key or whatever. I emailed them and they got back to me right away and sorted it out really quickly. Fraps has just been around forever, and a lot of people swear by it because it has been around for so long. It's been unchanged. This outlook, whatever, it's nice. I mean, for getting the footage, it's simple. It's basically plug and play. You just gotta figure out a couple settings and off you go. So now you got the video capture hotkey here. I currently have it disabled because it's I'm not using it. Video capture settings, I would always recommend that you record in 29.97 frames per second, and let me tell you why. 29.97 seconds is basically the industry standard for any kind of video capture, and that started with television. The thing is, with 29.97 frames per second is universal. It's an industry standard across the world. Everyone uses it, all the professionals. And the thing is, with 29.97 frames per second, you're going to get sick of hearing me say that, is basically the human eye cannot differentiate anything more than, I think, 25 point something frames per second. So 29.97 is perfectly fine. If you're recording at 30 frames per second, at 50 frames per second, at 60 frames per second, no one, unless they are paying really close attention, is going to notice any sort of difference in all of those. And that 29.97, I'm going to drill that into your head, is going to be the same for any recording software that I show you today, except for one. Now, with the sound capture settings, record your Windows version sound is basically going to record whatever the output is, so that'll be your game sound, and your external input is going to overlay that, which is in this case my microphone, and in your case it will be too. But the thing is with Fraps, and this is kind of the reason I stopped using it, is your external input and your Windows 7 gets recorded onto the same audio track, and it is really hard to edit one audio track. I mean, I've done a lot of audio and video recording. That is what I do professionally, and it's just not good having just one audio track. You want to always have more than one. Say, for example, when I'm recording video professionally, I always have a separate microphone to record the audio with, and that is so I can edit the audio, or the voice audio, separately and differentiate it from the background noises and whatnot, whatever else is going on, which I usually just pick up with my camera. So that is one reason why I stopped using this, and you'll notice that in my first couple Minecraft Let's Play, my voice audio is very quiet, and that's because I was using Fraps, and it's just really hard. You can't really boost your voice over top of the game sound. When they're on the same track, you're boosting both of them basically, so it's kind of defeating the purpose. So that is what I don't like about Fraps. Now we will get on to Action. And Action is also a very user-friendly program to use. You're gonna have to excuse me, I'm losing my voice. But sorry, I needed a sip of water there. And you have two basic functions. Actually, sorry, three basic functions. Excuse me. For this, one, you can record your games and applications, which is primarily what you'll probably be using it for. The second is your active desktop, and this is what I used in the first episode of the behind the scenes series to record my desktop. One thing that I found once I finished recording and had the output was the screen flickered anytime I'd move my mouse, and I figured out how to fix that. But you're gonna have to have a little bit of knowledge on exporting. So when you capture your video, it'll show up here. You're gonna right click on it and export. I did not know that. When I used it for games and applications, I typically didn't have to do that because well, it just recorded my screen, my game screen. It didn't really flicker. There's no mouse movement. One thing I don't like about Action is when I'm recording at 30 frames per second, which there is no 29.97 frames per second, I can actually notice a difference in it seems to lag a little bit, and that's just with me. I might be using improper settings. I don't know. I don't really care. Action is a great program. I mean, it is very user friendly. It's basically as plug and play as Fraps is. Excuse me, I'm very sorry. But yeah, you can do your microphone always record. You can change it to a hotkey as you can do with Fraps. Record your system sounds is basically the same as recording Win 7 sound on Fraps, but again, it inputs them into one audio file, and that was not what I was looking for. So this does have a few other features, like the active desktop. I think you can do that with Fraps somehow. I'm not sure how exactly, but I'm sure it's possible. But this just makes it easier. You just click a button and off you go. And this third function is an active desktop region. As you can see, when I click it, it brings up a little box here that I can select a region. Say you wanted to record a YouTube video to download, I guess. Basically, you wanted to download a YouTube video. You just select this, move it over your YouTube video, and you can actually use this perfect video match, which will help you snap to the video. And it's good. You can record your favorite Cody's Magnificent Mind Minecraft Let's Play videos and save them to your desktop. Another thing this has is live streaming. You can record on their Action Live website. And then you got your audio recording, which is great if you just wanted to record audio separately or record audio after your Let's Play and add your audio on top of that, which is okay. I just don't like doing that in commentary because I often lose whatever my point was in the game. It's actually just a lot more fun to record them at the same time. You got benchmarks here, which is awesome. Capture screenshot, that's a thing across all of them. Fraps has it as well. And then the settings. I mean, you do have quite a few settings in this, which is good. I like that. There's a lot to fiddle around with, and the nice thing is it's very easy to understand. It makes them pretty simple, and it basically does most of the work for you, which is good. So if you're a basic user, you want a lot of settings, but you're not too sure how to use them, Action is a great software for you to choose. I wish I knew about this before Fraps, because I probably would have used this instead of Fraps. to be honest. The third one that I want to talk about today is Camtasia Studio, and that is actually what I'm using right now to record this. As you can see, it is recording. The nice thing, and probably my favorite thing about Camtasia Studio, although it is a little bit more higher on the price range, is it comes with this nice built-in video editor, and that is something that we're going to get into in a future episode. But it is a very basic and very simple video editor, and it is not something I'd recommend if you want to do some advanced stuffs. There's other video editing software for that, but it's nice that it is one package. You can record your stuff, you can edit it right in the program and upload it to YouTube using this produce and share. See, YouTube, there you go. Action, when we were just talking about, also has that feature where you can upload straight to YouTube, although it will be your unedited video, just basically your raw footage, and that's not very good. So this one, you can actually edit your video a little bit and upload your edited video using the produce and share button, which is great. So I do recommend that one as well if you're looking to be a little bit more thrifty and get something complete all-in-one package. I can't remember how much exactly I spent on Camtasia. I don't know. It wasn't cheap though, I know that much. I think it was about $200, something like that. But anyways, that brings me to DxTory, and that is the one I have been using lately. This one is awesome. It's got your basic benchmarking settings like all the other ones have, minus Camtasia. It's just got a lot of settings. I mean, there's tons of settings. This is the movie settings page. You can pick various codecs. I'm using the Logarith lossless. Actually, I haven't tested this one yet. I just downloaded it, so I'm not sure how well it works. I've seen a lot of people using it though, and they have good results. One thing that I've read about Logarith lossless codec is it is a pretty specific codec, and it's hard to pick up on say VLC video player. When you do install it, it does install to Windows Movie Player, whatever the hell that thing is. I've never used it to be honest. I like VLC, but there is a way you can install it directly to VLC, and you can preview your videos before you edit them in VLC. Again, I'm using 29.97 frames per second. Before I was using the Microsoft Video one, and that is alright as well. It's pretty high quality. It's not the greatest quality, but it's pretty high. Now, this is the reason why I switched to DxTory, is these multiple audio inputs. So my first audio setting is my microphone, so that is my voice while I am talking, and it records it separately to my speakers on 2 different audio tracks. And then all I have to do is, when I get to my video, I right click on it and I extract the audio, and I can edit my audio from my voice in Audacity, which we'll get to in a future episode of this series. And it's great. I mean, it's a good thing to have around, and it also has the screenshot, your benchmarking, I think I mentioned. There's just a lot of features with DxTory. Now, the one downside is, I forgot to mention too, it does have your game specific profiles in here. I've only recorded Minecraft so far with this, but you can edit each profile individually, so you can change your settings in each game, basically have it record a little different Say for example with Minecraft, the graphics aren't truly that great, as opposed to a game like Battlefield or Call of Duty. So I always record a little bit, I guess, slower. But the nice thing about DxTory as well, as opposed to this guy right here, Fraps, Fraps uses a lot of resources. That is one of the biggest downsides. DxTory, Action, they both do not. Camtasia, it's not bad. I actually have not used it much for recording games. I used to, but not this newer version. I don't even know what version we're on now. I just updated it today, to be honest. But in the past, Camtasia has worked for me very well, and I definitely bought it because of the video editing capabilities built right in, and that is until I found other video editing software when I went to school for video editing. But I think, there was one more that I wanted to show you, CamStudio. And this is the only one that I will feature today that is absolutely free to use, if it even opens. Maybe not. But anyways, CamStudio. Yeah, that's embarrassing. CamStudio is completely free to use. It is there we go. It's a screen recording software, just like Camtasia. The thing with it, I mean, it is open source. It's free, but the video quality isn't that great. You really have to mess around with it to get a decent quality, and I'm not a fan of that. But if you are on a budget, CamStudio is the one for you. I tried it once in recording a video game, and I just said to hell with it. No point. So yeah, if you do have the money to throw around, I do recommend that you try all of the programs that I have suggested to you today and see which one works best for you. If you're on the lower technology or tech savvy end, either Fraps or Action are probably going to be your best bet, and if you're on the higher end, DxTory or Camtasia. And then that CamStudio will fall somewhere in the middle, but I do not recommend it unless you just don't want to spend a lot of money, or you just want to give recording a shot and see how well you like it before you get into the more advanced stuff. So that is all for this episode. In the next episode, we are basically going to get to your recording and how you should do it. And episode after that will be editing. So there you go, a little bit of heads up for you. So that is all from me. If you enjoyed watching, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos. That is all from me. Have a good day and goodbye.